Hey guys, I'm out here in Atlanta, Georgia at the Aspire Tour Conference. What an amazing day. But one of the things that struck me the most was one of the speakers talked about the following. It makes no sense to go out and buy a set of tools that are the wrong set of tools for a job, try to do the job with the wrong set of tools, and then be very upset with the tools. This makes no sense. In these cases, you really need to be upset at yourself for making decisions that don't necessarily make sense. And this reminded me of what's going on right now in the traditional medical system. It happens all the time. And I'm talking about these forgotten patients, these gap patients. I mean, there's millions of them in the US kind of floating around not knowing what to do. Here's where becoming the CEO of your own health, the main topic of my upcoming book, comes into play. It makes no sense to be upset at the traditional medical world, okay? If the traditional medical world, for many conditions, may not have the right tools. I'm not trying to say this to offend people. People might have amazing degrees from amazing institutions, but when it comes to certain groups of patients, many patients are falling through the cracks because people just don't have the tools to deal with them. There's clinics, they just don't have the tools to deal with them. I did not have the tools to deal with them when I was in my quote-unquote ignorant phase, before I decided to really expand my horizons and think about how do we really treat these forgotten and gap patients. So what do you need to do as a patient? You need to think about, is the provider I'm going to, is the clinic I'm going to, do they have the tools to address the symptoms and the conditions that I'm feeling? Traditional medicine is fantastic when you have an injury, when you have a structural problem like a severe scoliosis, or you have a broken leg, or you have something that is an acute thing like a heart attack or a stroke. Yes, absolutely. But when it comes to the more kind of softer things like chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, chronic pain syndromes, right? Kind of all of these things, Lyme disease, chronic toxic mold illness. I can go on and on with all these forgotten patient diagnoses. When it comes to that, you have to take it into your own hands and hire, as your team, people that actually have the tools to address this. And so I urge you, go out, be CEOs of your own health. Don't get upset if you continue going back to the same well with people that don't have the tools and then wonder why you're not getting better. Instead of doing that, go and hire the right medical team for yourselves. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but you have to make the right decision to go down that path.